Well, hello, DK Diamonds. We are back again, your fearless diamond leader team, and we are excited to share with you guys our best tips on enrolling loyal customers. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys have come to us and are like, how do you get them to close? How do we get these loyal customers? Where do we start? What do we say? What do we do? And so, guys, we have so many tips for you guys that we really want you to listen to, write them down, implement them, as we know that they're going to make a huge difference in your business. And so I'm super excited to go ahead and kick it off. And we're going to roll with Nicole. Nicole, can you tell us what is your top tip on enrolling loyal customers?
So my favorite tip for enrolling loyal customers is I am a nurse practitioner, so I have an office that I can put up a display in. So my customers, when my patients come in and they can see all of my top It Works products up there right in their face to get an idea of what I have to offer, whether it's weight loss, whether it's hormonal stuff with our extra step, it's right there in their face. And another big one that I do is I'm always in my It Works gear at work, doesn't matter when I'm there. So they're going to ask me about my shirts. They're going to ask me about my It Works leggings to say It Works all over it. And then they're like, oh, is that the same thing that's up there on that display? And so it draws that attention to them. So they love it.
Wonderful, wonderful tip. All right, Kenya.
Absolutely. Y'all, obviously one of the biggest ways that we get loyal customers is through posting. Posting on social media for me is everything. And it is important that you get their attention. And so I definitely want to encourage you to post fun, energetic, interactive videos or pictures. Don't be afraid to go live. You'd be surprised how many loyal customers you get that way. But while you're on there, make sure that you've got a good rapport as a positive person, as an interactive person. You don't want to have all the negativity and the drama and then say, hey, you got to try, this crazy rap thing, because you might not get as many as you would like. So I would definitely say showing yourself in pictures with the products, and not so much of the commercial ad looking pictures that you can just get from anywhere, because people want to see you. And while you're smiling, besides some of the products that you love, people can feel that energy and they will believe that you love your product. So while you're getting those likes and those comments, be sure and follow up quickly, because if you don't, somebody else will grab them.
That's absolutely right, Kenya. All right, Tam, what would your tip be?
Well, my tip is, especially if you're a new distributor, make sure you get your hundreds list done ASAP, like preferably within your first 24 hours. Sit down, maybe spend 30 minutes of your time, brain dump everybody you can think of on a sheet of paper. We actually have one of DK Diamonds as well in the file section that you can download. But everybody, the nurse at work, your kids' teachers, the lady at the coffee shop that gives you the best cappuccinos, your best friend, whoever. You want to put them all on a list of paper, brain dump all of them, because we're going to use that as the backbone to your business. This is where you're going to get your loyals from. And also, don't get discouraged if they don't close right away. A lot of people will take 8 to 10 times, sometimes more. I have once followed up with people over a year, like over 10 times, and they finally close as a loyal. So don't get discouraged if you run into situations where you're constantly feeling like you're following up. Keep going and make sure you have that hundreds list.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Jen, what would your tip be?
Well, I am a party queen. I absolutely love wrap parties, whether virtually or live, belly to belly. That's where I find out I can enroll the most loyals and distributors. I mean, why not do an event where you could, kill multiple birds with one stone? And that is wrap parties. They're able to actually physically feel the wrap on them, feel the defining gels, see the live demonstration, taste the greens. It is the best way to enroll loyal customers fast, multiple loyal customers. And so not only that, they could be virtual, like stuff like this, Zoom. You can host a full-on wrap party doing a Zoom. You don't have to be local near your recruit or your diamond. So don't let them discourage you saying, well, I can't host a party or I can't do a party. We have stuff like this. I love the fact that we can virtually work our business and still be successful. So whether I'm doing Facebook Live parties, Zoom parties, face-to-face, belly-to-belly, I find that is my best way to get loyals. And there's tons and tons of training, you guys, on how to do parties. You can find some on the DK Diamonds page. I know Kim has done a live one when she did an event. I know Tam has done a Facebook one. I think I've done a Zoom one and a live one, but you guys definitely hashtag wrap party or hashtag party on the DK Diamonds page to actually see how a wrap party is done, and YouTube them. That's what I did. I YouTube how to do parties, and I got my verbiage from that way, or I YouTube how to do Facebook parties. So don't ever feel like, well, I don't know how to do it. So don't let that be your excuse. Find a way, make a way, and make it happen.
Love it. All right. Lydia, what would your top tip be for signing loyals? Because you absolutely know how to get it done.
Well, one of my top tips is definitely to keep the wraps on you. You definitely want to do that. That way, if you run into people and they want to have impromptu wrap appointments, you can totally do that. Another thing that I do is I try to build a good rapport with strangers on social media. So making sure I have some sort of contact with them. I'm liking them so I can start appearing in their feeds. I'm sending little notes like, oh my goodness, that recipe looks so delicious. You know, do you mind sending it to me? Or, oh my goodness, what are you using for your daughter's hair? You know, I make those candid conversations with them, and eventually I start looking at their posts and I start looking strategically for what it is that they're posting about. So if somebody is having stress from work, I'll, refer them to Confianza or something like that. So I basically just offer them whatever it is that they're already talking about that they need.
That is awesome. And I totally agree with that. Now, Shara, that goes kind of along with, I know you are a master at enrolling loyals. And so what would your tip be on enrolling and closing the deal on those loyal customers?
Well, just going back to the different ladies, going back to actually Kenya's talking about social media. What actually helped me for tips for loyal customers is actually voice to voice. Actually talking to that customer and letting them expressing the product, being the product of the product, expressing how that product has worked for me, seeing that excitement and what it's done for me is actually, it helps that customer. It sells it. It actually sells itself. So actually speaking, having that contact with that customer and letting them know what it's done for me, like I said, it drags them in, it pulls them in.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. Jacinta, what would your top tip be for closing the deal on loyal customers?
My top tip would be absolutely working it into your business. For me, I still work a full-time job, hopefully not for long. But what I do is I order extra catalogs. And that is really amazing. People love to receive things. They love a colored, glossy print, if you will. Just black and white paper, it may not catch your attention, but when you got it seems like your own little magazine with a bunch of products in there, they get to see the picture. They get to see the pricing. They know you're not bamboozling them. They get to see it for themselves. And what I also do is I print out my sheets on my order sheets, my loyal customer order sheets. And I highlight the whole column for loyal customer. And I highlight all the areas that they need to fill in. And I slide that order sheet inside of their catalog. And I literally go desk to desk, or if I'm in the cafeteria talking to you and somebody mentions something about weight or anything, dealing with health or wellness, I always say, you know what, can I drop by your desk and talk to you for a few minutes about something? I think I may have something you would like. And that's exactly how it goes. And that's how I've obtained a lot of loyal customers on the particular floor that I work on. So it's now time for me to branch out on another floor. But imagine how many people you come in contact with per day when you're working and you do just that. And it looks so organized when you do it. It doesn't take any brain cells because everything is already highlighted and just pretty just for them. And I highlight even the signature box, everything. And if they tell me they're interested in something particular, I go ahead and circle that item, even on the catalog.
I love that. Absolutely. You know what? I absolutely love that. And so, oh my gosh, all of you guys have shared some amazing tips. Jadine, we're going to turn it over to you. What would your top tip be?
Yes.
I'm trying to get you on speaker.
Well, it's just kind of wrapping it up with what everybody said. The main thing is being a product of the product. I mean, at the end of the day, people want to know how it's working for you. Posting pictures of you using the products. I cut my hair last month I didn't really want to cut my hair, but I thought, well, hey, this would be a good thing to show how the hair, skin, and nails is working. So I've been tracking that so people can see, you know, how that product is growing my hair out really, really quick. The greens with the shakes, really showing yourself using the product and talking and sharing to people is basically the best way to get a loyal customer, because they want to know, hey, what is it that you're doing? Especially right now in January. I mean, you know, people are looking to lose weight. They're looking to lose, you know, to get money. So it's a lot of ways that we can just share our products and the business as well and build.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, you know, what I love about what all of the leaders have said is, first of all, they're prepared and they know the product. And so in closing, one of the things that I'm going to share that has helped me get loyals is that, guess what? I didn't believe I had to know everything first before I started enrolling loyals. And so one of the things that I do want to recommend that each of you do is grab one of your catalogs out of your kit. Okay. You should be ordering more through the It Works store so that you can be prepared. Love Jacinta's idea of inserting the order forms inside of the brochure to show people that, guess what, we have more than just the wraps, guys. And so one of those things that I want you to do is that if you want to learn the products, which you do need to eventually learn the products, you're going to learn them, number one, by using the products. But number two, if you go into eSuites and if you watch your new distributor training, I walked you through that every product that we have has a product sheet on it. And so no matter what they're talking about or what, you know, their needs are, as Lydia said and as Shara said, you know, paying attention on social media and seeing, you know, what are their needs? What are they talking about? You know, getting in their inbox and saying, oh my gosh, I saw you talking about that you know, were wanting to drop a couple of pounds. I was curious. Has anyone introduced you to this particular set? Here's a product info sheet if you want to read up on it. Knowing that that's available to you, that you do not have to have everything memorized before you start enrolling loyals. There are so many times that people ask me about a product or say, you know, oh my gosh, Kim, is this ingredient in it? Or can I use it if this or that? And I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the medical field. And I'll say, you know what? Let me go ahead and shoot you over that quick product sheet. I'll follow back up with you tomorrow. And many times they're ready to go. They're like, you know what? I read it. I didn't see anything in there that was an issue. Go ahead and sign me up. Being a product of the product, staying on top of it, wearing your It Works gear. If you're in a position where you can put your displays out, you know, at your jobs or at your home or whatever, you know, being able to put that out to make people ask, you know, what is that? Is absolutely everything. And then one other tip that I want to give you guys is that I like to mail out samples. So every so often I will put up a post on Facebook where I'll say, this week I'm mailing out 5 samples. The first 5 people to comment below, you're going to get a sample packet. Inside my sample packet, I will put a green chew. I may put a packet of the greens. I may put a packet of the wow. And I fold that up inside of a brochure and I pop it in the mail to them. So now I have their contact information. When I get their address, I have their contact information and I'm able to follow up with them. And I know they're going to have a pleasant experience with those products. And more than likely, they're going to become my loyal customer. So that's kind of another way, you know, to get the products out in front of people on the go that are out of state. And then as Jen said, I'm a big fan of wrap parties, both virtually and face-to-face in person. As Lydia said, wrapping people face-to-face. And then Kenya stated, you know, guys, making sure that you are positive on Facebook, that your page reflects that you are that wrap person. When they're ready to make a decision, that they know that, guess what, that they need to come to you is going to make the difference, and making sure that you've worked your hundreds list and that you're not getting frustrated with people not signing on the first spot, and being patient and giving that quick follow-up, guys, and not being discouraged and waiting forever because you lose them. You want to make sure that you follow up and that you're patient with them. And I guarantee you that when they see you're serious about your business, guys, give it time, be patient. They're going to take you seriously and they're going to become your loyal customer. So guys, we hope that these tips have been helpful for you guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.